Hello and welcome to day 2 of the Divine Feminine Power series. So Divine Feminines, welcome. This is a series designed for you to empower you, to give you strength, to give you power to get through your day, to understand your journey, but also to gain power in your journey, to know who you are, to stand strong and to have confidence in this love. So thank you for being here. And if you are new to the channel, welcome, subscribe, join our family because we're here for you every day. So I'm using 4 powerful decks of cards for this series. We're using 2 of my decks, Divine Feminine the Silence and Divine Feminine Power Messages. We're also using one of Sandra's decks, Divine Feminine Illumination. She's World Illuminator 11 on my featured channel. She's a powerful reader and a Divine Feminine too. And the Goddess cards, because you are a divine goddess. Whether you are a guy or a gal, you are a goddess in the eyes of the Creator and you are ready for change. So let's see what you need to know on day 2. So what's the energy, please, angels? What do we need to know? I'm shuffling until I feel they're ready, okay? They're done. Just them 2 cards, one on the top, 3 cards today. What do we need to know in relation to these cards? Thank you, angels. What do we need to know? I've got powerful ones there. Wow, look how they're jumping out. I'm already enjoying the power in this series because it's a power message. What do we need to know? There we go, 2 cards. So this is what you go through on your journey, whether this is how you're feeling today in this moment, or, you know, maybe you experienced this yesterday, you will experience this at some point. And this is how we communicate with our higher self, things we think we go through, things we experience along the way. I'm falling apart. So the angels are reminding you, if you feel like you're falling apart on this journey, or if you have felt like this, and we all have, things fall apart to be brought back together. Okay, things fall apart to be built back together stronger. And God creates a way. Okay, and Jesus is the healer of the broken. So we all feel broken at some point on this journey, or some part of this journey. We feel broken in some way. And we feel like we're falling apart. Now, the angels are reminding me, especially as I record this in real time in October, but obviously whenever you're guided to this message, it's timeless, it will be for you. Trees are strong and powerful, but they release leaves, okay? They release leaves in the fall. And they don't hold on to those leaves, they just allow them to fall because they know in the springtime that beautiful new ones are going to be created. So you're being reminded when things fall apart, it's so something better can be created. And we have to go through the dark night of the soul. We have to. It's how we grow. Everything you go through as a divine feminine gives you the skills and tools to guide and help others, so that you can give advice and counselling and power to other people. Whether that's people in the twin flame journey or people in life, it's part of your mission. If you didn't go through pain and struggle, you wouldn't be able to guide others. You wouldn't have empathy or understanding for how they are feeling or what they're going through. So sometimes we fall apart so we can bring things back together. And the angels are showing this to you. And this is also about chaos. Chaos has to come in to make the changes, because if everything stayed as it is, nothing would change. So things fall apart to change and bring in a new beginning. But when you're saying I'm falling apart, you feel like, oh, you know, I can't go on. You know, I just feel like it's all crazy. You know, I've got no control over anything. So also when we feel things are falling apart, we feel we're losing control. And we have to let go of control to take back our power. And that's by surrender, release, and letting go. Letting go of the pain, letting go of the struggle, letting go of the need for it now and trusting it will. And look at this, I've got angel bumps. As I say it, they give me the card. I'm learning to trust. So when you feel like you're falling apart, you're actually learning to trust. You're learning to understand what this journey is. It's a battle in a way with your higher self and ego for power, because the ego will try and put you into pain and doubt and fear, because fear is a false experience appearing real that doesn't live in the now. It lives in the past that can't be changed and the future that hasn't yet happened. But in the now you are safe, and that's where the higher self is. It's like a child and an adult. A child gets very frustrated about things and angry and, is needing of things now, very ego-based energy. Whereas, but why? That's why kids say, but why? But why can't I have it now? But why can't I have that sweet? But why can't I do this? The adult says, because this is for your better good or your higher good. The adult guides. So your higher self knows what's best for you when you tap in with that energy, and your ego doesn't. Okay, so the ego doesn't realize that the universe is creating a better way, or the ego doesn't realize that it will work out better in divine timing than you having what you want at this moment because you think you need it now. You don't need anything but your connection with source and your own self. That's where your power is. So you are learning to trust that this journey is real, to trust that things fall apart so they can come together or fall together. You are learning to trust your twin flame to find their way. You are learning to trust in the love by releasing it. In other words, you don't have to go running around contacting your twin. Trust them to contact you in the right time. And you must think positive. So on this journey, we also say things to ourselves to get us through the times we're falling apart. And that could be must think positive. You're saying that to your higher self. I must think positive about this situation. I must look for the good in this. So even when you feel like you're falling apart and you're struggling, you know that you must look for the positive, that there's a reason behind it, that you are learning to trust, that you are finding your power. And that's when you see signs. The signs you see are real. So the angels are confirming to you, when you feel like you're falling apart and you're not sure what's happening or you're not sure what's to come, but you realize that you must think positive and have positive expectations because you know inside you're learning to trust, you're learning to surrender and trust in the journey. They will give you signs that prove to you this is absolutely real. The signs you see are real. So when you're falling apart, the universe will show you. You're not making it up. You're not going crazy. The signs are real. A woman who honors her body is a sacred temple of the spirit of life. So you also are learning to honor yourself. And we do that on this journey too. We set boundaries down sometimes. We realize we don't want to be the other woman. We don't want to just have a few breadcrumbs here and there. We don't want our twin to take advantage of us or use us. So we start to learn who we are. And the signs we see show us that. We take back our power. We learn to trust. We remember that we are unique and special, and that we are a rare diamond in this life, and that our twin would be lucky to be with us. So we start honouring ourselves, and we honour our belief systems. We honour our body temple. We start being good to ourselves and giving back. So when we fall apart and we feel like we can't go on, the angels in heaven pick us up and give us strength and power. And we learn to trust the journey, so we start loving ourselves. And we give back to ourselves because we are trusting of how we feel and what we know. So we start building our strength up and being good to ourselves and working on self-love. And that brings in hope for the future. And you realize through the signs you see and the way you learn to think positive and trust that you are a goddess who has the power to speak your truth. So you realize through all of this that you are authentic and strong, and that you have the power, with the help of Archangel Michael, to be you, to say who you are, because you are guided by angels. And you know that there is something bigger than you that's got your back. We've got self-love. And this is really what I'm feeling. During these times where we aren't getting love from our twin, we learn to give it back to ourselves. We learn that when we're falling apart, things can get better by the power of healing and self-love. It says, I'm constantly practicing self-love. So when you constantly give to yourself, you feel better. Every single day, give yourself all the love that you possibly can, because you matter. And you are understanding that self-love is the key to everything. So love is the answer to all of the questions, and you matter. So you learn during these times where you're falling apart, where you feel you can't go on, that you matter. And sometimes your masculine makes you feel like you don't matter, especially within the body. We think, is that all they care about if they just want sex? Or you feel like, they only want you when they want you. And they don't really matter. You're thinking, you don't even contact me on my birthday or, when I need you. Do I even matter to you? Well, the angels say you do matter. And you're learning to trust in that because the signs are showing you. And this is why the angels are reminding you to think positive, because you are guided from above. And as above, so below. So every single day, give to yourself all the love you can possibly give to yourself, because you deserve that. And self-love is the key. And the last card is friendship. By releasing friendships that no longer serve me, I clear up the space to bring in worthwhile and meaningful relationships that are based on unconditional love and respect. So this whole message here is about you setting boundaries and giving back to you. And if you can't have what you want with your twin, give it to you. Become your own best friend. Sometimes in separation, we are given something else. Could be a project to work on, could be a new friendship, sometimes a soul teacher, but not very often. Usually it's working on service, something that becomes our friend, something we can give to and receive from. So this is about you giving love to you. And use the affirmation, I have wonderful and amazing friends. And friendship is also very powerful within the connection, because it's the glue that holds it together. The reason why me and George have got such a strong union is because we're such great friends too. All the love and passion's there, but we also get on so well. We're best friends united in love, and that's how it should be. And that's who you and your twin are too. You will be best friends united in the love. So, you can't wait to be with each other, because you love confiding in each other and spending time with each other and doing things together. And that's what will happen, and that's how it will be. So that's another reason why we feel things fall apart, because we miss the friendship. We miss that time. But we have to learn to trust our twin. And especially if, you are always the one contacting them. And I've been there and I know what it's like. It's that fear. If I don't reach out, they'll never reach out to me. But you have to learn on this journey to trust that they will, because they do. They always do. So give back to you. Honor and nurture the friendships you have with others. And if you find that you are losing friends, it's because you are evolving and you are transforming and your energy is shifting. So people you once resonated with, you no longer do. So they will naturally kind of gravitate away from you instead of gravitating towards you, because you don't have the same belief systems anymore, morals or dreams. So you're operating on two different frequencies. And this is what happens with twin flames. Usually the masculine is in the lower vibration or the lower frequency because they are in fear. And the feminine is in the higher frequency because you are operating in love. So you need them to be able to come up to you. You don't want to fall down to them because you're dimming your light to fit in there. And that's why it feels so toxic and draining and exhausting. So if you're feeling that energy, you know from heaven to think positive, to raise your vibration. If you feel like you're falling apart, raise your vibration. Work on gratitude, giving back to you and being your own best friend. And it's the same with friendships. You're operating here, they may be here. So you just naturally gravitate away, but the universe will replace things with more. The universe will bring new people and new things in. So trust the journey. So the big message here is, if you think you're falling apart, things are actually falling together, including bringing in new people, new friendships or new things to enjoy, which could also be part of your mission, a new job, a goal, a project or something to do. And when you're busy doing that and enjoying what you're doing, then you realize more and more that you are guided by angels because you're seeing the signs, and the signs you see are real. And that helps you to know that you are a goddess who can speak her or his truth. So when you think positive, you learn to trust the journey by focusing on self-love, and then you honor who you are, knowing that you are always connected with your twin and you are safe. So the big message here is release it to heaven. Things are not falling apart, they are falling together. And on this journey, so many things change, including our friendships. And you'll notice this with your twin, because people who are around them just won't serve them anymore. But for you as a divine feminine, as you kind of move forward towards living your purpose and, being in the light, people will naturally fall away from you. So you attract in things that naturally gravitate towards you, and that's okay. So at some point on this journey, we have to become our own best friend and our own light, and spend a lot of time with ourselves, by ourselves, to work on ourselves. And that's really what self-love is. It's how we honor our body, and how we honor our emotions, and how we honor our mind, by giving everything we want from our twin back to ourselves, so we know and we feel and we know that nothing is missing, because nothing ever is. It's just the ego creating doubt and struggle. I hope this helps. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon.